What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, everybody? How y'all feeling tonight? This is Coach Khayr, and of course, you know you are rocking with the best. Yeah, thank you for everybody who is already in attendance. Yeah, what y'all got going on tonight? I hope everybody is feeling fabulous, fabulous. So if you're in the chat room, please let me know who you are and just identify yourself. Tell me where you are. I just want to know who I'm kicking it with tonight. This is kind of, man, I got such a story to tell tonight. I'm always telling stories, but I'm also on a mission. If I get a mission and I have to move and be quite impromptu, then I got to move like that too. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. I know I got some people on my Moon Magic call that we do this every Monday night. So I'm glad that you all called in as well. Let me open up the mics.
All callers are muted. All callers are unmuted.
Yeah, who's on the line tonight thus far, calling in tonight and rocking with Coach Khayr on this Mastermind session? If you want to take yourself off mute, that'll be great. A lot of times people just put themselves on mute and chime in when I take them off mute because we don't want to be disrespectful to people when somebody's talking or somebody's like listening or things like that. We don't want to have a lot of background noise. So I guess I will mute the lines back.
All callers are muted and they can unmute themselves.
So I do have a call-in number for you as well tonight. If you'd like to call in and chime in, there's two ways you can do it. You can either have a webcam and just raise your hand, or you can dial in 605-592-0020. And the PIN number is 690-072-357. And I'm putting that in the chat. So, and pound after that. All right. Peace, Naima. Thanks for joining us tonight. Definitely appreciate that. Tonight, I just really want to get into masterminding and developing a plan because I see so many people all the time, whether it's dealing with astrology or whether it's dealing with life coaching or whatever they're dealing with, they do not understand the concepts of putting a plan together. And when you fail to plan, it's the same thing as planning to fail. So, of course, you know, tonight I'm going to be using one of my favorite tools, my dry erase board, to take some, to make some illustrations for people because I want people to be able to identify where they are. Hey, Kathleen from Lawrenceville, how you doing? And I'm glad Naima's in the building. And I know I got a couple of other people as well in the building. If you do have a webcam, later on when I open up the Q&A, you can just press the request button. I think it's a button like it looks like a hand, and you can press that and I can bring you on, or you can call in on the live number. All right, the live number is 605-562-0020 and the PIN is 690-072-357 pound. All right. Because I got the phone here. I'm also, so we're doing it, we're like double broadcasting tonight. So some of the people who I know who are listening in are people who tuned in to my astrology webinar back at the beginning of May. Thank you so much. I've been getting a lot of feedback from a lot of people on that webinar. If you want to catch the encore presentations, you can go to CoachKEvents.info. Coach K Events, www.coachkevents.info, and there you'll see the encore presentation of that webinar. Now, some have decided that they wanted to go a little further, and I said I was going to be presenting a 6-week course on astrology, and we just started that on Saturday, and we are in on week 1. The website for that is Keep It Simple Astrology Course. And the reason I named it that is because that's exactly what it is. And that's is that .com? Oh, that's a .info. Absolutely. So when you are studying any science, I want the simplest way. Even if you're A+ certified or you're certified in Oracle, you want to have it as a simple plan. And a lot of times our fear of success and thinking that something is more complicated than what it really is, that's what really has us jammed up. So tonight, I'm going to try to stay with who I am and how I teach and give it to you in a very simple manner. What's going on, D? I see you just joined in from Asheville, North Carolina in the house. We know it's only one Asheville, so it's Asheville and then it's Cashville. So do you all know that Asheville, North Carolina and Nashville, Tennessee, if you take the N off of Nashville, they both say Asheville, and that the Vanderbilts and the Biltmore House in Asheville are directly related? There used to be, I think, like a train that ran from Asheville to Nashville. So when you see all this big Vanderbilt money, if you Google richest men in the world ever, Vanderbilt is like in the top 10. Well, the Biltmore House is from the Vanderbilts. All right. So they had mastermind plans. Well, let me just start with the number one masterminders. Have you ever heard of the FDIC? They insure the money that you have in the bank up to 100,000 or 200,000. So in the early 1900s, all these families and heads of industry, they all chose fake names and rode down to Jekyll Island off the coast of Georgia, the state I stay in right now. And they went in a room and they didn't like one another. They were competing against one another, and they wanted to knock each other out. And they were like big boys. They were like way up here. And the discussion was, how do we stop the small guys? Because the small guys that are from here down are so numerous that this skirmish that we have about we don't like one another's families and things like that, at this higher level, they will come and supersede us and will be irrelevant. And you can all go find this out. You can just Google creature from Jekyll Island. And what these guys did, because there were no women there, they came up with a mastermind plan. They stayed in the room, I don't know, a week, 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever. And they just, first off, I hate you. I don't like your mama, yada, yada, yada. This is why you shouldn't be here. And then when they got all that stupidity out of the way and childish stuff, they started laying down a plan that is still in effect today. That you just can't start a bank just any way that you want to. And all these little local mom and pops banks were squashed. They were just squashed. So, okay, they were just squashed. So how would you be able to come up and do some banking if something that these guys masterminded on Jekyll Island back in the early 1900s, 1917, 1919, could have been 1913, but they created the entire, what is really a banking cartel, because they had a great mastermind. Napoleon Hill is just famous for Think and Grow Rich. And on Think and Grow Rich, what is he always talking about? He's always talking about a mastermind group. If you've ever read that book, which billionaires read, they say most billionaires have read Think and Grow Rich more than 10 times. I think they said Oprah's read it like 13 times. So I've only read it twice, okay? It's a nice book, but I do like his second book, Outwitting the Devil, much more. But I'll get to that later. But in his, in his big boy book, Think and Grow Rich, which everybody refers to, they're always talking about a mastermind group. Now, Before you can get to a mastermind group, you have to understand that you need to be accepting of a plan. Now, I'm going to tell you 3 things that you need in a plan. So I hope you have your notebooks. I'm just going to get right into class. So the first thing that you need to have is a certain attitude before you even get to your mastermind group. So there's 3 things that you need to have with you so you can be involved in a mastermind group. Because if you come around me and my mastermind group and you don't have these 3 things, I should say 4, maybe 5. This list may grow, but the first 3 things that you have to have, first one, you must be teachable. And if somebody will type that in the chat room, I appreciate it and help me out. You have to be teachable, right? The next thing you must be is, well, what does teachable mean first? Because remember, the theme of this conversation is success. My particular definition of success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. The progressive realization of a worthy ideal. We're going to go back because some people sent me some feedback, some phenomenal feedback, and I wanted to share it with everybody about their definitions of success as well. And how can we incorporate those, adjust them, and make it even stronger as we start to incorporate our own plans, right? And become eligible to even be on a mastermind group. The second thing that you need to be is coachable. You need to be coachable. Can you follow instructions? See, teachable is when the cup is empty. Coachable is when you're actually going to do it. Someone gives you something and you're going to go carry it out. Teachable means your cup is empty. See, when you have a cup like that and it's just full of stuff, I can't add anything else to your cup because your cup is full. So nobody can add anything else to your cup. Where's my eraser? I can't add anything else to your cup. So you're not teachable. You know everything. You're a know-it-all. So that's one thing you want to look out for too. When you're forming a mastermind group, if you got somebody who's a know-it-all, excellent, get them out of there. If you see somebody who can't follow instruction and who's not ready to work and do the work and be coached by someone who's wiser than himself, because being coachable is a form of what? Starts with an H. Anybody? Starts with an H. Humility. If you're coachable, you have humility. You're humble. You're humbling yourself. This is what the adepts were looking for in all ancient sciences. Were you humble? Like the guy in Kung Fu, he had to sweep the floor for months before the master even taught him how to throw a punch, before he could block a punch. He wouldn't even talk to him because he was like, "Hey, how long have you been sweeping?"
Entry and exit chimes are off.
Okay, good. How long have you been sweeping the floors? If you've been sweeping the floors long enough, have you shown some humility? That means if you've shown humility, then you're coachable. Because if I'm trying to show you something and we get momentum going, I can't have you coming up with your big ego thinking that you don't want to do it and the plan has already been going on for 1,000 years. Most of the times when you get into a mastermind situation, you're really tapping into your higher consciousness and you're being able to channel on a collective basis. So that's why everybody should come in and be teachable, coachable. And then the third one starts with a D. Duplicatable. You must be teachable, you must be coachable, and you must be duplicatable. You know why duplicatable is really, really important? Because you can't do it by yourself. And when you start adding people, some people, the greedy people with big egos say, oh, well, the more people I add, the more ways I have to split the pie. The more people we add, the easier the work. Many hands make light work. Many hands make light work. And then we're bringing all of our energy in. There is no shortage. This pie people are talking about slicing up. As soon as you hear somebody saying, I don't want a lot of people because there's too many people to slice the pie up. Masterminds are out to get wealthy. In the process, they have to make a lot of people rich. So how can I get wealthy if I'm not willing to make some people rich? That's why it's important. You have to have a plan. You got to get it with a mastermind team, a crew, and you have to strive and strive not to be the smartest on your crew. My Moon Magic 28 program, even though I teach the program, I've had people come through there who are getting their PhDs. I only have a bachelor's degree. I'm very good at teaching systems and basics and simplifying things, but doesn't make me the smartest. Am I an expert at what I do? Absolutely. I'm very good at it too, but still doesn't make me the smartest people in the room. Oh man, 5 years I've been teaching this course, and I have just ran into some of the most phenomenal people. Like some of them are getting their master's degrees now. I'm always got people coming to get their PhD, people are in college for different degrees that I have no idea what kind of research that is and how many, how to write that particular paper on that subject, something I have no interest on, but it just awes me at how intelligent they are. And I love vibing with them, having private conversations with them when they're in my Moon Magic program and we're talking amongst ourselves because I got my cup empty. See, I'm able to be taught, I'm able to be coached, and I'm able to be duplicated. And I want them to be just like me. I want them to say, you know what, coach, I saw how your system worked. I saw how you started doing webinars. I saw how you started creating online courses for people. I saw what your strategy was on Facebook. I want to do that. I'm duplicatable. You can't necessarily do exactly what I do, but you can use the same tools I have. I'm using Webinar Jam. You better write that down. I'm giving up clues. I have a Logitech C920 webcam. I use a MacBook Pro laptop. I'm about to get an iMac, a 2012. I don't want a 2013, 14, or 15. There's a reason why I want the 2012. See, I'm duplicatable, and we can all have the same equipment. I read books. I read all kind. I just got this book in the mail, .com Secrets. People know that I give out just jewels and jewels and jewels. Like, why am I reading this? Because Dan Kennedy wrote the foreword, and Tony Robbins wrote like an intro to it. And it's talking about a simple process that any company can use to geometrically improve their traffic conversions and sales online. There's a map in this book. I already have a map, but I'm not the smartest guy in the room. So I know Tony Robbins and Dan Kennedy, they're experts just like me. So why don't I hang with another? They're on my mastermind team. And that's another thing about a mastermind team. They don't physically have to be around you. They don't have to be physically around you. They should be, but they don't have to be. My man over at Destiny Grimes, Tariq, let me tell you about my partner. Tariq decided to have a council at a table of who he thought were the biggest power players that related to him, that he was like a fan of, right? And I shared some of them. So he has Steve Jobs on his panel. He has Reginald Lewis, first black to do $1 billion takeover of a business. I forgot what just type in Reginald Lewis, why should white guys have all the fun? From Baltimore, amazing. So he's got Reginald Lewis on there. He's got Steve Jobs. He's got Jay-Z, because Jay-Z came from nothing, came from Marcy Projects, and now him and his wife are worth $1 billion. That's success, whether you agree with their philosophies or the music or think somebody's a better rapper. This is a business council. And then, of course, he has the author of Metu Netter 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, Ra'un Nefer Men, who we affectionately call Shechem of Shechem. All right. Now, I have some of those similar people, but I also have Master Kathy Gibson, who I think is a business wizard. She runs things over at tybro.com, tybro.com. I think she is a wizard. So she's on my council. So I can just close my eyes and I come up with a scenario and I say, I wonder what Steve Jobs would say to me. I wonder what Hove would say. I wonder what Miss Kathy Gibson would say to me. Or I wonder what Napoleon Hill, he's on my board. Napoleon is like right there. What would Napoleon Hill say on my board? Who else is on my squad? Oh, Sun Tzu from The Art of War. He's on my council. So when I even look at the council in my mind with my visualization, being creative, sometimes the answer comes even before I can say something. I'm just like, wow, and they're my peers. They may be smarter than me, but I'm sitting there as a peer, and they're talking to me with expectations. Just imagine if you walked into a CEO or mastermind group full of billionaires, and they're giving each other expectations. Oprah Winfrey, yeah, she's on my board too. She got to be, because I'm on television and radio, and I'm a personality. So Oprah, I need to know what Oprah knows. I like Steve Jobs because he took something very innovative and went international with it, and regardless of what anybody said about him. Jay-Z took rejection and said, I'll do my own thing, period. Brother, rapping or clapping, have it your way. You know, so I have attitudes on my mastermind group. I want you to write this question down. Who's on your mastermind group? Now, I would love to be on your mastermind group. That would be an honor. But what I want to know is who's on your mastermind group? I should have posted that one like pop in, right? Oop, nope. Let me get back to that. Here we go. Who's in your mastermind group? That means who's sitting at your table? Who's sitting at the table? That's what I want to know. Who's sitting at your table when you are doing your thing? When you're going in for counseling, you got a problem and you're saying, man, which direction should I go? Also, I got Imhotep and Zoser on my council. Oh, and I also got Pascal Beverly Randolph. See, I got some classics on there. Sometimes I may even let Manly P. Hall sit in because he was real astute on his study, and I need somebody on there with some magical elements, because I don't just deal everything with just on a low level. I deal high level too. I do high level down to eye level, but I need to understand like all facets of it. Me personally, that's where I'm at. Design your mastermind team to fit you. Design your mastermind team to fit you. One of the, man, I gotta share this with you. One of the number one, hold on one moment. I'm finding something because I love to share the screen. Of course. One of the number one books that I like for planning out, like, what is my swagger? What is it something that I really love doing, is a book called Brand Your Swag. And it's written by a good friend of mine named Hotep. And Hotep wrote this book, and it's all about how if you create and market a product or a service through a business that is in alignment with your personality, capitalizes on your history, incorporates your experiences, harnesses your talents, optimizes your strengths, complements your weaknesses, honors your life purpose, and moves you toward the conquest of your own fears, there is absolutely no way that anyone in this or any other universe can offer the same value that you do. This little book is 32 pages. I love it. And it's an ebook, 32 pages. A lot of people say, oh, the Hustler's 10 Commandments. I like this too because it's giving me the rules, jewels, and tools that I need. But Brand Your Swag lets me take everything about what makes me special and turn it into dollars and cents. Because at the end of the day, people want to see you. Now, that particular website, if you would like to go there, I will drop it in the room for you to get the link, is hustleuniversitybooks.com, www.hustleuniversitybooks.com. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you grab that, download it, because we get so many ideals, especially with this Mercury retrograde. We got all these things going through our head. Choices, choices, choices. I have to rethink and revisit and rewrite. Well, if you get the hard copy, what can you do with that? The hard copy, once you write it in a pen, you got to buy another book. But the ebook, you can print it out over and over again. Next year, you may have another business. This business may be successful and you rock it for a whole year. Then guess what? Now, next year, I got another ideal. I want to bring another book in. I bring same Brand Your Swag in and put something else in. Like I have a site for CoachKhayr.com. I did a Brand Your Swag for that. I have a site called relaxationisthekey.info. I did a Brand Your Swag for that. Both of them reflect me and my personality and how I am. Sometimes I'm real passionate and in your face and coaching you. Other times I want to chill, relax, do some Qigongs, meditate, talk about getting massage. So both of them reflect my personality. And I can go and do either one anytime I want. And they're both profitable because they're bringing in money. Yeah. And then anything that I do incorporate. I really don't like doing multi-level marketing anymore. But when I do, or when I did it my way. That fit my style. Yeah. So, and that was what attracted people to me and my team. All right. Okay. So let's get back to planning again. In my Moon Magic course, moonmagic28.info, if you're interested, also write down this code, KEEP51. Keep, all caps, 51 together. Let me write that out for everybody. I'm going to show you what that's for later, but just right now, write down keep 51. Could be something, could be something. I'd write it, I'd hold on to it. It's a code. I'll tell you where it goes later. So there are 8 phases of the moon, and we take 28 days divided in by 8, and each of those phases gives us like 3.5 days to 4 days of doing a phase. And the very first phase is, what do I want? What's my plan? It goes all the way around in a circle. I want to plan. I want to plant. I want to clear, gather. I go through all the phases. And then the last phase, which today is, we're in the using phase, which is celebrating. Yes, what happened this month? What happened in 28 days that's worth celebrating? So every cycle is important, but it all started with a plan. And a lot of people try to skip phase 1 and they say it's too hard. You know what I say? Work hard once. Work hard once. Even the coaches that I have, they tell me to work hard once. If I build the pipeline one time really good, the pipeline will be there forever. And all I have to do is work on the faucet versus someone who's carrying buckets of water up the hill. If you've read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, you know what example I'm talking about. But why am I going to keep manually walking buckets up the hill when I can just build one time? It's going to take me a little longer to build that pipeline. But once the pipeline is built, the guys who carry bucket, they're out of business. They're through. They're finished. Now, did I put them out of business? No, because they could have helped and they could have got in with the mastermind group and said, we want to help with this pipeline. That's another thing too. It's another jewel for you. When you are putting your mastermind group together, make sure you have some visionaries on the team. And you don't need somebody that's going to say yes all the time. And you need some dreamers. You got to have some people who are able to see the vision. See the vision. Hey, Alicia Monet, I see you in the building. What's up, Tara? Who else? Kyoko's in the building. Kyoko says she got God on her squad, on her mastermind group. Definitely. Hi, Tracy. How you doing? So it's very, very, very important that as I put this squad together, my mastermind team, that when I come in and say, here's what we want, how do we do that? I like to start from the end and look at what's my ideal scenario. Then I have to come back and say, where's the pain? Uh-oh, let's talk. So the pain normally is down here at the bottom. Something hurts. Pain's reminding you that you need to do something. What's your pain? What's causing you pain? Can you put it in the chat room? I want to open up my line to talk to some of the people who've called in tonight.
Entry chimes are off. Exit chimes are on.
Oops.
All callers are muted. All callers are unmuted.
If you are on the call and you called in through the conference call number and you'd like to comment, I want to know, what is your pain? What's something that's causing you pain that makes you desire to that lets you know you need a plan, and that also lets you know you need a mastermind group? Somebody who's on the call, I want to hear it. I'm going to read some of the comments in the chat on the webinar, but who's on the line tonight, please say your name. Just unmute yourself, say your name, and then let me know what's your pain.
This is Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well. What's going on? How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good. Once I heard about my pain is that love is my pain.
Talk to me about how love is the pain.
Because I enjoy reciprocity, so I enjoy giving it, but I can't say that I get it back. I guess it's just that. I just can't say I get it back. And it's hard to keep giving it when you don't get it back.
Wow. Well, I want to let you know that love is not your pain. You know what your pains are?
What's my pain?
Romantic expectations, which equals illusions. Somebody has not told you where we stay. On planet Earth, nothing is fair. So the most harmful thought you can have is this romanticized ideal that somebody's supposed to be fair with you. And when you do something for someone, they're supposed to do it back to you. That's business. That's not love. See, love is unconditional. If you love, then it doesn't matter whether they give it back to you or not. The best example is the loyalty of a dog. Sometimes that dog, you don't feed the dog for 2 or 3 days, you don't give him water, or even if you haven't gave him a bath in a long time, and you're just really not even like paying him attention like you want to, but if you call him, he's running to you. Is unconditional. See, when you say, I want reciprocity, I want to give you love and you want to give me love back, you open yourself up because your love is conditional. Now, God's love is not conditional. If God's love was conditional, it'd be a great flood every 2 weeks, because nobody down here is being obedient. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
So don't think that it's the love, it's your expectation. It's your expectations of somebody supposed to be giving me back something equally. No, the real deal is give seeking nothing in return is the definition of love. Give seeking nothing in return is the definition of love. I hope you're writing that down. But if you give and you are seeking something in return, that's conditional love. That's not real super love. So it's really important to understand that your pain is in your expectations. So one of the things we do is change my expectations and put more focus on how I can help other people unconditionally. Because see, now I know that the law of the universe says when I help people unconditionally, the more people I help, the more I'm going to get help. Remember what I said? The only way you're going to be wealthy is to make a lot of people rich. I'm not looking for people that join Moon Magic 28 to turn around and help me do something. No, I want them to bust their ass and work, and have what they are aspiring to. That's what I want. I don't want them to get their money so they can come back and be like, Coach, I made this millions of dollars. Now I got to come back and give you what I owe you. You don't owe me anything because mine is unconditional. I'm working hard for mine. And then the universe. See, one of the things is sometimes the pain is we get caught up in this earthly ideal of things. Do you know how many like stars there are in heaven? When was the last time you gazed out into the stars? All of those have possibilities of life being around it. So you're not here by yourself. And God has never not loved you. If you think a human being has let you down, say, okay, they're human. But God has never let you down. Are you following thus far?
Yeah, I got that.
Is it making any sense?
That makes a lot of sense, but it just don't feel right.
I know because I just gave it to you just now. So of course, I can imagine that it don't feel right immediately. You just got it. That's okay. But the key is you have to practice it. Just like if you want to lose weight, you can't just get up and do 10 sit-ups one morning and don't do any more that week and think you're going to lose weight or get in shape. You have to practice and put into practice what I'm telling you, and then you'll start to realize it and start to see it for yourself. You see what I'm going with this?
Yeah, I've heard it before, so I
But
just don't know why I don't sink in.
because have you tried it?
I try to try it. I try to try it.
Okay, well, watch this. After pain, I'm glad that we got you here. I don't know whether you're looking at me online, but after pain, the next thing is possibilities. Possibilities is next. A lot of people focus on the pain and they say, oh man, le pain, like they used to say on what's that Fantasy Island. They used to say the plane. Well, what we are talking about is where's the possibilities at now? Instead of being so caught up in the pain. Don't keep getting caught up in the pain, but where are my possibilities are? Where are my possibilities? And that's like what Alicia said. It's bitter going down when you hear these things and you're so caught up. But there are dark forces on this planet who don't want you to be successful. So they let you get emotionally caught up into some hardhead or some woman. If you're a hardhead, you get caught up in a woman. If you're a woman, you get caught up in a hardhead. And then you're not helping out society because you're so worried about, oh, this person did me wrong. And then when they do you wrong, you know what kind of attitude you develop? A victim complex. And what can a victim do? A victim does not have, how many victims do you know that have power, Andrea?
Nah.
So who's giving away their power when they say somebody did them wrong?
The victim.
So when you say nobody can do me wrong, then what do?
You survivor.
Ah, you become a contender instead of a pretender. Do you feel what I'm saying?
I do.
Now, when you are a contender, everything starts to change because now you got a shot at the title. But when you're a pretender, then you don't have a shot at the title. So it's what kind of workout ethic do you have? Whether you like Floyd Mayweather or not, he's always running. He's always training. He's always doing his sit-ups and jumping jacks and sparring and all that. And then, like Alicia says, if you cry and then you suck up everybody else's energy and you start crying, you forget about the law of attraction. So what happens when you start complaining about somebody doing you wrong? What happens with the law of attraction? They give you more things to whine and complain about. More people take advantage of you. So somebody says, Coach, why are you always happy? Because I'm always working the law of attraction. Plus, I know that money likes happy people. And if my money's right, I ain't worried about no relationship. Then it's up to me what I decide. And if I do have a worry about a relationship, I'd rather worry about a relationship with money than without having money. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
Right. So don't you want to deal with problems with money versus dealing with problems without the money?
Of course.
Well, then you better drop that victim complex as soon as possible. That should be in your plan. See, sometimes in the basis of the plan, if the possibilities are me being happy all the time, then you would structure your plan about, I'm so happy and grateful that I am a contender. Here's another thing I want. Now we move to the next level. When you're writing your plan out, you never, ever use a bad word. You know what kind of bad words people use sometimes when they write me their plans? They use the word, I want to get out of debt. I want to save some money. I want to pay off some bills. All of those words are bad negative words. Bills, debt, and save. Nobody wants save. People want surplus. What would you rather have in a goal? You want to work on a plan to have surplus of money or save some money? Which one you want to have?
Surplus.
Don't you think it's a few other million people who want the same thing?
They should.
They do. But the programming, that's why when you carefully craft your plan, it has to be incorporated in what I call the 2-sentence method. In Moon Magic 28, you have to use the 2-sentence method. The first sentence starts off and says, I'm so happy and grateful that I have such a surplus amount of money because of my new business. So you state it in fact form. So for you, let's say yours is with relationships and you're tired of being treated unfairly. Yours will be, right now, I'm so happy and grateful that I love me, my life, and all that encounter me. That's the very beginning, because you're stating happiness and gratitude to the universe. You're telling God, I want more things. I want you to give me more things that make me repeat this and make this statement true. Then the second sentence is a statement of feelings and emotions. Because when you were telling me about reciprocity, I could hear your energy levels going down. I'm always doing something for somebody, Coach, and then they don't ever do me right. They always jerking me around, Coach. You know, you sounded really unsexy. So you gotta sound sexy when you're putting these things together. And you say, yo, right now I'm so happy and grateful that I love me, myself, and everybody that I encounter. It feels wonderful to have all these people wanting to treat me right. See, if you can't say it first, if you can't write it down on paper, how can it come true? Because what I'm teaching you is the basics of magic. What you write on paper makes paper. You should start off by writing that down. Everybody should write that down. You could type it in the chat room, What you write on paper makes paper. You don't write it down, don't expect it. Because you didn't write the plan down. And what did I tell you? When you don't write the plan down, you plan to fail. Failure to plan is planning to fail. So, what was that? Are you tired of failing to plan, Andrea?
Failing to plan?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
So if you were to implement a plan, let's look at the possibilities outside of the pain. If you were to implement a plan every month and incorporate a system that keeps reminding you of what your plan is and took you through a course of steps, how would that make you feel? Would you feel more secure?
I guess. I've never tried it before.
Would you feel more confident?
Maybe.
See, you don't know how to talk yet. This is your opportunity right now. So when you're telling the universe maybe, that means you're cutting your chances in half of having it. See, I don't allow pessimists to come around and hang out and think they can be comfortable. And so that's the part of the pain. You've been causing your own pain by being a pessimist, by being afraid to say the word sure. You caught up on the word maybe. Maybe it won't work. So how can you win if you think it won't work? If you don't put full confidence in it, how can you win? Can you answer that question? If you don't put full confidence in it, how can you win?
I don't know.
That's right, because
I don't want to sound stupid.
there's no answer. Don't worry about how you sound. Not answering is the only thing that's not going to sound smart. What's the song saying? Say what you got to say. Say what you need to say. You're in the opportunity now. This is me and you talking. You're getting a one-on-one session with the coach. So always be an opportunist. That's what a contender is. Here's my question for you. Do you want to be a pretender or you want to be a contender? All right, then. You see how you answered that? You didn't put a question mark at the end of it. So then you have to act like you want to be a contender. Now, after the pain, and you thought picturing the possibilities and opening yourself up to the possibilities, what do you think comes next after you put the system in with the possibilities? Do you know what comes next? The third P? After pain.
I'm waiting for you to come.
Nah, I'm waiting on you to guess. I'm here to teach you. I ain't here to give you all the answers. Say what?
You said it was a P, prosperity.
Oh, that's a good one. I like prosperity. That's not the one I was looking for. Give me another one.
Perseverance.
Nah, give me one in the field that you were talking about. You were talking about love. So if I ain't getting love, then I'm lacking something. If I am getting love, what is that?
Purpose.
Pleasure.
Pleasure. Oh, okay. I didn't equate.
You're a woman. I know you're a pleasure seeker. Men learn pleasure seeking from women. So it's okay for you to say pleasure. You're a champ now. You're trying to be a contender. So we move from pain to possibilities. And once we put a system with the possibilities, then the pleasure comes. Just like 1, 2, 3. What happens when you put Kool-Aid, water, and sugar together? What happens?
Kool-Aid.
What happens when you crack an egg, whip it up, and on a hot frying pan? What happens?
You get scrambled eggs.
Right. And it don't matter. You can't mess that up, can you? If you following the steps, like what else did I leave out in scrambling eggs besides crack it, put it in a hot pan and whip it up with the fork? Did I leave anything out?
Yeah, I mean, if I was cooking, you left a lot out.
Oh, don't try me now, because I know to put a little cheese in it, put a little cream in it, put a little salt and pepper. I ain't gonna give you all my little recipe, but I know what you're trying to say, though. I know what you're trying to say. No problem. Don't you worry. So, do you have any other questions, and have what we covered so far been helpful for you?
No, I don't have any other questions in this house.
Okay, good. Have you been to the Moon Magic 28 site yet?
Of course.
Okay, well, work the plan. That's what we're here for. We're here for you to work it. Put it in the put it. You have to put yourself in the picture. That's what the possibilities are all about. I appreciate you for calling in tonight. Don't hang up, but I want you to mute your phone and stay on, because something somebody else may say tonight may be a jewel for you as well, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. All righty. Tracy had a question. Coach, I have written my plans for my music studio. How to make $96,000 in 24 hours. Give back to my community, provide for the elderly, and have designed the home of my visions. That's great. I love it. She's got the plan down. Right. Now, what's stopping her from having it? There's some pain in there that's stopping you from having it. Now, one of the pains you might have is you want it all at one time. And you may not have a plan that's systematic. Because how to make $96,000 in 24 hours is the result of many hours of work. That's a marketing scheme. That's something that people, they call it, they'll send me something in the mail and they'll say, look, this is how we did our 6-figure launch. We launched a site on our webinar and we made 6 figures. That's so, excuse my friend, that's so bullshit. I'm here to tell you that's so bullshit, because you did 2 to 3 to 4, 5, 6 months worth of work in the background for you to launch it and make 6 figures. You didn't just wake up out of your bed, buy a computer, buy a webcam, turn on the computer and make 6 figures. You're a liar. You should stop bullshitting people. So if I want to make is making $96,000 in 24 hours possible? Sure. But what about the preparation, Tracy? See, there's got to be some prep work in making money. Some people can go on the corner and sell drugs, but he had to bag it up first. You always sell it faster than the prep time. You go out there, it may take you a whole week to get $1,000 worth of drugs, but you can go on the block and sell them in 5 minutes. Somebody may come and buy your whole package. But look at the time it took you to prep. So you have to add all of that in there. So don't believe the hype when people say I did something in 24 hours. Now, plan and do it for the good of doing it. Something that you love doing, that has to be in the plan too. Something that you have integrity about. Then all of a sudden, $96,000 will come in 24 hours. I am challenged in my health, which of course is challenging my funds until my dollars circulate back to me. So the pain is in your health. So if you're not healthy, then how could you make $96,000 in 24 hours? So your plan would start where? Your plan would start with, I'm so happy and grateful that I'm doing everything I need to be doing to be in optimal health. Don't say, I'm so happy and grateful I'm not sick anymore. So you use the word sick. See, when you say sick, the K and the K, sick, it's like it's a hook in there. I never claim sickness. How you feeling today? I'm blessed by the best, too sexy to be stressed, worth my weight in diamonds and gold, and I'm rising like a hot air balloon. Woo! Like Ric Flair. You understand? Okay, I have someone in the background who doesn't have their phone muted. So please mute your phone if you're not talking. If somebody else is on the line right now who wants to talk about pain, possibilities, and pleasures, and where you think you may be at, or maybe where you're stuck at, Please take your phone off mute. Tell me your name and where you're calling from. I always like to do a Q&A. All right. I can tell how many people I have online, but I don't know how many people I have on the call. So I do appreciate everybody who has muted their phones. But if you do have a Q&A or comment or question, you can just take your phone off mute and just say, Coach, this is so-and-so, and I'm calling from such and such. I'll just leave the mic open right now. Like I said,
this is Megan.
Hi, Megan.
Hello. I'm calling from Raleigh, North Carolina, and I just wanted to say that I think you called me out, and that's a good thing, though, because I know I sent you my goals, and I did use the word that and really work that.
Oh, well, this not even the planning phase starts tomorrow. We're in the using phase, so I'm not even looking at anybody's goals. So you just actually called yourself out. But you just
I'm just making a comment, that's all.
Okay, so how would you change that then instead of using the word debt? No. Wait a minute. Since you heard me say it, have you already begun to change it?
Yes, and honestly, what you said was close to what I would say, honestly.
Okay.
That's exactly what it was. So, yeah. So it was like the answer, like, ding, thank you. So I want to say thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, we also have that in our planning phase video, because inside of Moon Magic 28, if you watch all the videos, that's how the program works. The pre-recorded videos are sent to you every 3.5 to 4 days. All you have to do is watch the videos. They're instructional videos. You can pause them, back them up, rewind them, look at them all the way through and watch them. And there will be step-by-step instructions on how to write your plan, how to write it out in 2 sentences, how to memorize it, how to do all these things. It will be all the way lined up for you. There will be there's no middle ground for you to be like, what do I do next? Because all you have to do is get the email and open the email and then spend about 15 to 20 minutes in there. Now, may I, and this is for everybody, not just Megan, but may I talk about lazy, shiftless, and lazy people for 1 second?
Okay.
Lazy people don't deserve to have their plans come to fruition. I said it.
Right.
There's an elephant in the room, but I'm going to talk about it. Lazy people who are not teachable, who are not coachable, and who are not duplicatable, who are not honest, who are not humble, and who think they know it all, they only deserve what they already have. They deserve what they already have, which is not much. Not much.
Right.
But they do have a lot of confusion going on, and they deserve that too. And they also deserve to not be around me and my successful friends, because I am a firm believer in optimizing my environment. And most of the time, my environment is polluted or uplifted by people and their ideals and their thoughts. The people who are in the chat room listening and watching me right now, these people are coming to me for upliftment. I'm trying to optimize their environment. You're on the call, you could be doing something else tonight, but what are you doing? You're saying, hey, I want to sit up in here and learn something. Is it a way I can learn something? What's the fastest way that I can learn something? That right there will make me extremely, extremely happy. So have you learned something tonight outside of how to change your words around in your goals?
Definitely. Yeah, it's just a consistent reminder of, staying in the present moment and coming from that place of gratitude and really just, like you said, staying happy and not allowing, because, and we're bombarded with that in the environment from even Facebook and, the radio, music, all that. So, yeah, I definitely kind of being straightened back out to have my perspective where I needed to be and, get myself lined up so that I can be successful.
Absolutely, absolutely. And here's another key thing. Go somewhere where you can be bombarded with positivity. Don't tell me about the excuse about what Facebook is doing. Anybody who's my friend on Facebook, you can't find anything negative on my page. Now, Instagram, day before yesterday, I had to do a little joking and playing around, but I didn't say anything negative. I was just joking. That's Coach Khayr on Instagram.
I don't even have an Instagram.
Well, that's
I
okay.
don't have Instagram.
That's okay. That's not your hustle right now. That's okay. That might not be where you want to move to. What is it that you want? What is it that you desire in your life? What plan do you have that you want to come to fruition?
Honestly, I want to be making a lot of money traveling, working, doing astrological consulting, and traveling yogi, teaching. My niche that I'm looking at is children yoga.
Okay. I don't know whether this is going to hurt your feelings or not, but I'm going to talk to a lot of y'all right now. And one of your largest mistakes right now. Everybody knows Coach likes money. Everybody knows Coach masterminds and talks about money. But a lot of y'all don't know how to get money. A lot of y'all are running money away from you. A lot of you all talk about money, but you're pretending. You're not contending, you're pretending because you don't know how money works. So let me give you some info on money. Money is like a sophisticated woman. If you don't know how to treat her, she will leave you. So if you don't have any money, it's just like being a man who doesn't have a woman. He doesn't know how to treat her. So you're a woman who doesn't have any money. That means you don't know how to treat money. So your first desire before traveling and teaching kids and all that is to learn how to treat money. If you want something, you better know how to treat it. Why would I want to get a Porsche and I don't know how to treat a Porsche? Why would I want to get an astrological board and I don't know how to treat it with care and respect? Why would I want to get a big house and I don't know how to treat it? Don't know how to clean it up, or I'm not willing to clean it up. I'm not willing to learn the things I need to learn about money. Money's a wonderful thing, but if you don't know how to treat it and you don't know what money is like, money likes happy people. I know so many people who are unhappy and come to me talking about, Coach, I need some more money. Why would money want to come around your sad ass? Why would money want to come around your sad ass? You ain't no fun. And I ain't talking about you. I'm looking like dead in the camera, looking at whoever is looking at me.
And by the way, you're not hurting my feelings. I don't mind being checked because I learned from that.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, here's the other thing. When it comes to being coachable, teachable, and coachable, teachable, and duplicatable, and you got a mastermind group, you can't have thin skin. You can be sensitive, but you can't talk about I want millions of dollars, or I want to have millions of dollars worth of stuff, or I want to have all this success, and nobody can say something to you because you got such a strong opinion of something. Have a strong opinion about the children. And here's the other thing. The universe provides. Money is a means of exchange, but money is not the end result. Money's not the end result. So the key is put more desire on what you want, because unfortunately, I know you're a black person and I used to be a black person, and I know how black people are. They will ask for the money and get it and do something totally different with the money when they get it. Totally. They will get.
That's not treating her right.
No, that ain't treating her. You told her you were going to do something with her. You told her the truth, and then she came to you, and then you lied to her and betrayed her. Let's look at it from a marriage standpoint. A man writes you a poem. He tells you y'all going to be having sex 4 times a week, and you're going to be having 10 orgasms every night. And you say, I'll marry you. And you get married to this joker, and he's a 2-minute brother and can only get it up once a week. He betrayed you. He lied to you. How can he expect you to be happy? He didn't keep his word. Now you're upset and you're looking for someone else to give your power to. And that's what money does. Money says, oh, you made a promise to me. You broke your promise. I'm going to give my power to someone else. Let me go find Jody, who knows how to appreciate and use me correctly. Can I get an amen from somebody?
This is Andrea again. You just gave me revelation by what you just said. Now I realize that love is not my pain, that my pain is giving up my power.
Yes, honey. Yes, girl.
What do you mean giving up your power? We're going to go in on that. What you mean giving up your power?
I mean, just giving up my power in general.
Can you give up your...
You talk about the victimization. Whenever I feel like a victim, then I have to realize that I've given up my power in some kind of way.
Are you from a Christian background?
Yes.
Me too. Now, being a Mason, I understand that the Bible is a Masonic book to give me instructions. So in Psalms 82:6, it says, ye are gods. What do I look like giving up my power? A hypocrite. Because if the good book tells me I'm a god, why would I give up my power? Let the church say, In Genesis 1:26, he says, let us make man in our own image. There is no such thing as a weak God. So God is all powerful. He made you in his own image. It's an oxymoron to even be talking about I give up my power. Now it may be something where you ain't utilizing your power. Like when I asked you a question earlier and you hit me with a maybe. That means you was bullshitting on your father. Your father gave you power, all omnipotent power. Whether you want to call on it, whether you want to utilize it, but you thought using the words maybe, you fronting. And your father don't front when he makes rain or hail or earthquakes. So you got the same natural power inside of you. That's why you need a system to bring it out. And that's why we introduced the Moon Magic course. We offer the astrology course. These are systems. Soon the School of Law, Love, Abundance, and Wisdom. That will be out because we're offering systems so you can incorporate and get back closer to God. If you can get back to God, what can't you do, Andrea?
Nothing.
Ooh, there you go. Stop pausing on them answers. Stop pausing. Stop being afraid to be wrong. You know that. You know that if you get back to God, you can't mess up.
This is true.
Exactamundo. So sitting on the sideline, here's the other thing. Money's like a sophisticated woman. She want to go out. If you get all dressed up, your man tell you to go sit in the closet after you done got your hair and nails done and your toes done. Your hair costs $500 to get done and your dress costs $2,000 and he tell you to go sit in the closet on the floor while he watches the football game. What does that look like? That look crazy, right? So a lot of people always talk about, I ain't got money for that. That means you lying on your girl. She dressed up and ready to go. She want to go out there and party. She want to go out there and show people her power. And you want to keep her in your pocket and save her. Money loves to circulate, and those who help it. Write that down. Money loves to circulate. I'll write that one in the group. Money loves to circulate, and those who help it. So when you circulate it, it comes back to you. But when you dread and say, oh my God, that's why a lot of y'all's plans don't work. Y'all got the old thing called a tight fist. Oh, I can't spend this. Oh, woe is me. And then you get into, and then you woe is me for so long. You got all these great ideas about how to make $10,000 in 10 minutes. But then you say, I ain't got the money. Why would money want to come around you? You've been poor mouthing and you've been squeezing her throat. You've been doing domestic violence on your money for the last 15 years. And then every time you spend the money, you're afraid. Every time your woman leave out the house, you're afraid. Listen, there's a book called The Tao of Money. I would love for everybody on this call to say, you know what? Coach got the system. I'm getting ready to get on this Moon Magic 28 and I'm going to pop collars. Some of you will, some of you won't. But if you don't do anything, there's a book called The Tao of Money. T-A-O of money. T-A-O of money. Another jewel I got for you is called Big Bucks. The same guy who wrote Who Moved My Cheese. And then the magic of thinking big. Because there's no magic in thinking small. There's no magic in like being terrified of something. There's only magic in going big. If Adrian was on the phone right now, she'd tell you law number 28 from the 48 laws of power. Who has the 48 laws of power? Is anybody on the call tonight or in the chat room? Do you have the 48 laws of power? 48 laws of power, law number 28 says, enter into action with boldness. Nobody loves the timid. You know why they always say nice guys finish last? Has anybody ever heard nice guys finish last? It's because they're timid. It's because they're timid. Why do they say, well, women like bad boys? Because they have no fear. That's what they're looking for. And so if you want to start making things happen in your life and being crazy successful, guess what you have to do? You have to be fearless. You have to have confidence. You have to have honesty. You have to be able to be coachable. You have to have humility. You got to be willing to start over. I was talking to a friend today, and she was just like, I feel like I just got to break it all the way down to the very last compound. Well, then do it. It's just like sitting on the toilet. Did you go in there to take half a dump and then come out of there and save some of it? No, you went in the toilet to get all of it out. What does that look like? I'm just going ahead and just release half my bowel movement and take the rest of it with me. That sounds nasty, I'm sure, because I want to make a point that you can remember. You know, somebody's like, ooh, my bad. It just is what it is. So I want to open the lines up again at this particular point. Does anybody have any questions, comments, or feedback about masterminding or about a plan, how to set it up, anything like that? Because I want to go over what success is and start challenging people on their definitions of success before we get out of here. Does anybody have any comments, questions, or feedback on anything we've discussed thus far tonight? Okay, good. I like that. Okay, so I sent out an email earlier today, and I was asking people, did they want to what was their definition of success? And some people replied to me, and it was really, really, really insightful. And I really appreciate them. And I want to, I'm going to give them their shouts. I'm not going to like tell people what their definition was. At the end, I'll come and give their shouts out because, people may not want their names being, matched up with what their particular thing was, right? So I said my definition of success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. That means if I have a worthy ideal, I want to start a school called One Village Academy. And everything I do is moving towards opening up that school. I don't have a dollar amount on it. I don't care if it costs me $10 or $10 million or 10 trillion. I want the school to be open. The universe is intelligent enough to know that you need money. Let me say this again. The universe is intelligent enough to know that the things that you desire cost money. The universe also knows that you don't have discipline sometimes to keep your word. When you get money, you do the other thing with it. So I'm focused on my worthy ideal, and my progression is towards One Village Academy, a private school for children all around the world, because it takes a village to raise a child. That's what I'm in it for. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen virtually, first online, and then it'll become brick and mortar. I'll take the steps that God gives me to get there if it takes me the rest of my life. All right. My definition of success is resting in a state of completion. I like that. But to get to completion, you got to have some plans, and you can't have too many plans at one time. That's what I like about Moon Magic 28. You only do 2 plans per month. That's it. Now, I'd like for you all to go over. I want to give this link out really quick. If you go over to Moon Magic 28, I'm going to show you on the screen so you can have the syllabus. And for those who did register, please go over and download the syllabus for Moon Magic. moonmagic28.info. This is what the page looks like. Moon Magic 28 is now open. We start June 9th, which is tomorrow. Here's the video. And then it says, click the link to the right to download the Moon Magic 28 syllabus. You just go right here to where it says download file and click it. Look what happens. Open with Microsoft Word. And then you open it. I'm not going to open it now because I don't want a lot of things running on my computer. But it's just that easy. Go to moonmagic28.info. Go scroll down, click on download file, and then you open up the file and the syllabus. Print it out. It's going to explain and give you all the insight on what Moon Magic 28 is. And yes, currently I'm working on even upgrading that, because to me, Moon Magic 28 is my progressive realization of a worthy ideal. I want 1 million children doing Moon Magic 28 and know the cycles like this. Boom, 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 boom. That's what I want. Then I'll feel good. I'll be like, yes, I'll be in a state of completion, as my friend said. The next person said, success to me goes beyond physical wealthy. It is more than Success to me goes beyond physical wealthy. It is more than physical wealth. Success to me is growth spiritually, mentally, and physically. Body health. Money isn't success to me. My success to be my growth, spirituality, mentally, physically. My success should not be defined by the amount of money I possess, but my character as a person, what I stand for, what I contribute, and the way in which I support those around me. I really like this, but one thing I really want to emphasize to you is that I would also say that money comes to me easily and frequently. That's what success should include money. No, it's not about the exact amount you have, but you should have it and have things more abundantly. Your magic should be so popping and so easy for you to work with that you should have an abundance of it coming in. So you don't have to leave money out of your success goal. To me, success is managing a lot of money. Hey, I like that. If I'm not managing a lot of money, am I not successful? Not on that area, I'm not. So what do I have to do to get successful financially? Because I want to be on all fronts. I want to be successful sexually, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially, everywhere. I want to be successful. That's what this earth is made up of, finances and resources. So I want to include those as well. Please excuse the ambulance in the background. Have another friend who says, I also asked what was the best way that I could help someone if they needed me to help them one thing. This person said, how can you help others by helping them understand what it means to be in alignment and why it's fundamental to manifesting needs and desires? Helping others to understand where they set the bar for themselves internally should also be reflective or include others who are involved in the process of helping them reach their desired goals. Internal and external expectations or bars should be on the same level, and when they match up, ta-da, like magic, your desires manifest. This is a very intelligent person. They write very well too. There's a formula to success, and I discovered it today through making a huge mistake. Sigh. If you want to play the game, you have to know the rules. Lord, have mercy. Is anybody writing that down? If you want to play the game, you have to know the rules. The rules is the formula, much like math. 1 + 1 adds up to 2 for everyone. If you don't use the appropriate formula, get the wrong answer every time. People go through trial and error because they want to see what will happen because they are never taught or reach the level of success where they are satisfied. If your bar is lower than the external bar, being punctual, completing tasks fully, maintaining a B average, you will miss your mark every time and vice versa. Despite what your personal bar is, what it says, I may be late, but at least I showed up. This is more than what I did last year. At least I'm passing all the courses, not like last year where I failed everything. If it does not match the external expectations or requires, you will not manifest that which you would desire internally and externally. You can't have one without the other. You will be unhappy because you will be off balance. So true. It is likely to drive. It is like trying to drive when tired. You have the skills, but you are not going to feel confident and secure knowing you are not operating at full capacity. No, this creates worry, fear, and insecurity. Everything must be in agreement all around. This doesn't mean you're a bad person, just means your level of readiness is low because you are not prepared or maybe understand how the world works. The past is the past. With new undertakings comes a clean slate. You don't have to try to fail. Know when you're playing a different game or stepped into a new stage of the game. Laugh out loud. Be ready to know the rules and follow them. Look what she's saying, or this person is saying. Well, okay, it's a she. Coachable, teachable, and duplicatable. Know the rules and follow them so that everything matches up and you can win the game. Put the bar where the bar is supposed to be. Don't bend it, crack it, leave it somewhere for people to vandalize it. Others' criticism, judgments, etc. Don't tamper with the bar, people. This is where discipline comes in. It affords you with the freedom to always align the bar and reach your goals. Discipline gives you options. All right, I'm ranting now. Best wishes. Best wishes. All right, listen. And this person says, I'm giving you all the jewels. I'm going to put this in my book one day. Well, put it in your book then. Make that your plan that you're going to write your chapters out. You got all the content. You write so well. All of this is punctuated properly. That is what we should be helping people. That's what Moon Magic is all about. Internal and external balance. Internal and external balance. What's the first thing that you look at when you come into Moon Magic? You come into Moon Magic and you're looking at your definite purpose. So many people don't have what they want because they don't know what their purpose in life is. Oh, I want more money. I want this. I want to do that. What's your purpose? You didn't come down here to make money. You actually didn't even come down here to be successful. You came down here to grow. Growth is the purpose. Everything else is the result. I say this all the time. Let me put that in the chat for you. Growth is the purpose. Everything else is the result. Put that in all caps. Growth is the purpose. Everything else is the result. Now, Sometimes you all look at these movie stars or somebody who's got a lot of money and say, well, what about them, coach? Some of them are immortals. Some of them are extraterrestrials looking like humans. They're posing. You don't know what they did to get where they are. They're actors. They've been planted there. Or they've been here for thousands and thousands of years. Now, that may not make any sense to you, but it's real. Okay? All these Dracula movies and stuff like that, where they can't come out in the daytime, BS, they done figured it out. And they are walking amongst us and you wouldn't even know who they were. And they just sitting on it. And they make up these stories to be like, oh yeah, I'm from a family full of, you know, how do you know that that family faked the death, had a small funeral, and then the person stayed gone for 20 years and they came back up and popped back up and they were still looking the same age and they had a new name, new birth certificate. Quite easy to do when you got money, right? So stop getting caught up in wanting to be like somebody else and understand why you came here. You came here to grow, all right? You came here to grow. Tracy had another question. Isn't it wise of me first to renew my mind, actively improve my health, and at the same time continue to do my Moon Magic 28 and follow your system as lead? Then I cannot fail, right? Absolutely. Renew your mind should be the first thing, because this is at the top. This is the tadpole. This is the first thing that started when the egg and the sperm came together. It looked like a little tadpole, or at least the sperm did. Then it penetrated the egg, and the brain developed first in the central nervous system, then the spine, then the muscles. So start from the top and go down. Just like your problems normally start up here in the head, then they come down into the body. You get sick with the arms and all this other kind of stuff. Since Will Smith is an actor, should I think of not including him into my mastermind team? No. What do you think of Will Smith? Forget all this Illuminati is evil. Will Smith, the story that he's telling is he's from Philadelphia. He was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and now he's balling out of control. He's 236 acres. He's married. He's got 3 children. They all have their own money. They all have their own career. They all do their own thing. Hell yeah, Will Smith could be on a board. I'm thinking about adding him up. He's Big Willie. He don't depend on nobody. And he transcended the rap game to go into movies. Oh, well, he kissed somebody in the movie. He transcended sexuality. Why? You hear all the homophobic people talk about, well, he had to do this to make it in Hollywood. Were you there? I would never do that. You don't even have any money where you're at in little old Pensacola, Florida, or Bug Tussle, Mississippi, or Peoria, Illinois, or somewhere in South Dakota. You don't even have any money now. You wouldn't do some small things to add 1 0 to your bank account. These are the type of people that you want to optimize your environment in, ladies and gentlemen, and run from them, because they are the pessimists from hell. Somebody got to say it. Somebody, right? Yeah, look at it from the story that he's giving you. But growth is the purpose. You didn't come here to judge anybody to get $1 billion. You came here to grow. And the G in grow is going back to God. Now, I got to go back to my board. So everybody draw a triangle on your board. So let me show you all something. Let me give you this quick jewel before we get out of here. Draw the triangle. Draw a triangle like this. Ba-dow. The bottom left-hand corner, put 0. At the top, put 40. The bottom left, put 80. Got it? 0, 40, and 80. Okay, you got that? Then put 120 underneath the 0. Okay? Pow. Pretty easy, right? Then in the middle, I switch colors mid-sentence. I want you to write Genesis 6:3. Genesis 6:3. And then write life. Okay? Got it so far? Good. On the outside, from 0 to 40, I want you to write the word knowledge in all capital letters. Just like that. Big letters. Knowledge. from 0 to 40. This is 0 to 40 years of age. You're going up the mountain. You're heading up. Gravity's working against you, right? And this is where the trial and error is at. So I want you to write trial and error. Trial and error. Trial and error. That's what happens here. 21, 31, 35, still trying different things, trying to see what works. I think it's cool to start over anywhere up in here from 0 to 40. But we want to be a billionaire so freaking bad. Man, that's a song, okay? That's fine, and we can. Just do things in order. You were promised 120 years. You're not even finished a third of your life. That's why you got to get your mind right so you can stay healthy. That's why this also is know the ledge. Know the ledge. Got that? Write that in there too, because you should have more paper than I do. More room. So trial and error and know the ledge. Got it? Know the ledge. You're finding out what you can and what can't do, what works and doesn't work. That's what happens when it's 0 to 40, right? Next is from 40 to 80. I want you to write in all capital letters the word wisdom. From 40 to 80. Now, what is wisdom? Wisdom is the application of knowledge. Wisdom is the application of knowledge. So you can write that down, application of knowledge. Wisdom is the application of knowledge, all right? You got to know something first before you can apply it. That's why we do moon magic for 6 months, so you can know it, so you can apply it, so it makes sense, all right? You can't just come in and be a weekend warrior, and then you're going to learn it in 1 month. It doesn't work like that, okay? Comprende? Good. Now, also, take the S and turn it into a dollar sign. Because this is where billionaires are made between 40 and 80. Colonel Sanders from Kentucky Fried Chicken, 65 years old when he started Kentucky Fried Chicken. Sam Walton from Walmart in his late 50s. That's over here. This is what King was talking about when he said, I've been to the mountaintop. Remember, he wasn't 40, him or Malcolm X or Kennedy. They had seen what was at the mountain. They saw the system, right? Now, this also is trial and measure. So write that down. Trial and measure. Trial and measure. You're going to have to write it neater than mine. Now, my board's small. I got a small board, and I got bigger boards. Trust me. But tonight, we're just using this one. It's my handy dandy, right? Trial and measure. So we went from trial and error to trial and measure. You can start trial and measure whenever you want. As soon as you see that trial and error keeps not working, you can take the knowledge that you already got. Let's say you are at 34 years old, about to turn 34 next month. You can still start using trial and measure. Start all the way over. Listen, pause everybody. You know one of the biggest problems too, especially you haven't reached 40 years old, you're worried about embarrassing yourself. You're worried about being embarrassed. Rich people, wealthy people do not worry about that. Evolved levels of conscious people don't worry about embarrassment. Oh, that's embarrassing to me. What would my mother think? Did you come down to earth to worry about what other people think of you? No. That means you have an immature mind. Grow up. Coach, I can't believe you're talking to people like that. I said it. Grow up. That's the facts. You need to be in the building and be mature about this situation if you want to have some mature money. If you want to have childish money, and childish results and childish lifestyle, then you're going to keep thinking childish. And you keep worrying about whether you're embarrassed or not. And the people that are around you are worried about whether they're embarrassed or not. I recently just had someone who came at me like they were embarrassed about something. A grown man. I was like, for real? Really? Thank you for identifying yourself. Appreciate it. That's it. When somebody comes to you, this is what you can trust. Trust what they show you. Trust what they show you. Trust what people show you, not what you imagine or what you want them to be. Okay? Because growth is the person. Growth is the purpose. The other person came down here. Tracy came down here to grow. Alia came down here to grow. Kioka came down here to grow. Alicia Monet came down here to grow. Who else is in the room? Let me pop collars and give everybody. Pamela's in the room. Pamela came down here to grow. Damaris came down here to grow. Tina, Dee, Devin, Tracy, Cynthia, Olucia, Aaliyah, Dorena, Tawana, Kathleen, Wendy, Big Ben, Stephanie, Megan. Megan's in here twice, I guess. They all came down here to grow just like me. Nobody, it's 7 billion of us, and we all came down here for the same dang reason. Period. To grow. You didn't come down here to worry about what somebody thinks of you. Grow back to God. Here's the question. Uh-oh, you know, I'm about to put it back in the chat. What does God think of you? What does God think of you? What is when you putting your mastermind group together and putting your plan together, and you worrying about what another human is thinking of you, you ain't spending no time of what God thinks of you. When I come up with a big ideal, I say, God likes this, because I remind him of himself. He said, oh, that's my child down there. See, there's nothing in thinking small. There are no rewards in thinking small and playing yourself small. I wish they go big or go home. My new thing is get right or get left. Get right or get left. Let me type that in there for you all too. Get right or get left. That's it. Now, well, it's one of the most important. Dee said that's the most important question we should ask ourselves. I don't think it is. It's up there, but the most important question is, how am I growing back to God? No, because God loves you unconditionally. That's always the answer. What does God think? I love you unconditionally. I'm about to steal something. What does God think? He loves me unconditionally. He ain't gonna be proud of me, but he loves me unconditionally, because if he didn't, he would just strike me down dead and take my breath out of me right now. I'm about to do something that I know is not in the 42 laws of Ma'at, or I know is not in the divine laws of the universe. I'm about to do it anyway. What does God think? God says, hey, I love you unconditionally. So I personally think that we should focus more on growing back to God versus worrying about what other people think. You didn't come down here. I'm trying to help wake up people from amnesia. So in your plan, in your mastermind group, put that in there. Now, back to the chart. Just want to talk about that. Free yourself from, get them zeros out of your cipher. Another color pen. All right. So we have knowledge from 0 to 40. 40 to 80 is time to get paid. I mean, really paid. You in the marketplace now, and you got the wisdom and you know what to do. So the last part, from at the bottom, from 80 to 120, write the words understanding, all caps. If you've seen this before, write it again. Understanding. I'm standing under my knowledge and my wisdom. Understanding. You remember when you were in elementary school and they told you to draw a house? You drew the pyramid on the top, the triangle. You drew knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and then you put a square under it. This is really an astrological symbol, but I ain't going that deep tonight. This is the trine, 120 degrees. It separates all the elementals, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Should I continue? I got to finish now. Gemini, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, and Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. That's this triangle. That's what that is. Equally yoked. So many mysteries in that good old basic instructions before leaving Earth. That's why we're keeping it simple. I don't know if you signed up for the class, but you can go in there and find out more. Keep it simple, astrologycourses.info, right? Because I'm always teaching. I need to take some time off. I'm trying to, but I don't think enough people have a grasp of some of the things I have a grasp of, so I can't rest. Because I want y'all to be chilling where I can just talk to you about your craft like I'm talking about my craft, all right? Understanding. This is where the philanthropist comes in. This is my boy, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett comes in here. WB. He just got so much money, he just giving it away. Because he made it all over here when he was wise. He was wise with his money, and now he stands under. Understanding is he understands. He stands under his knowledge, his mistakes, he knows the ledge, his trial and error, and he stands under his application of knowledge, his wise words being spoken, and his trial and measure. And now he's just saying, hey, all I'm going to do is just take my time and keep these elements off of me. How you gonna keep the elements off of you? You do need money, but you need knowledge and wisdom. Or you need knowledge and wisdom in order to keep the elements off of you. Your roof is knowledge and wisdom, not money. You get money when you express knowledge and wisdom effectively and correctly through using a system. Can I get a comprende or amen or ashe or aho or something out there from somebody? Somebody paying attention? Is somebody listening? I know you are. I know y'all are. All right. Now, comments, questions, feedback from anybody. Does anybody who's in the chat room want to come on live on your webcam and tell me, just give me some feedback on what you thought about tonight's session about forming your mastermind group and the importance of creating a plan. Anybody would like to come in and, speak on that? I really, 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 really would love to hear from you. All right. So Tracy hit me with a hallelujah. D hit me with an amen. What about on the call? Do I have anybody on the call who would like to take their phones off mute and let me know, was there something that was particularly helpful in the call tonight? And that goes to anybody in the chat room as well. You can take your phone off mute because I'll let the offer go once. I'll let the offer go twice. I'll let the offer go 3 times. So check it out. I don't want to hold you long because I'm already over my average. I'll try to keep this less than 90 minutes. So I know I have some people in the hill like, you talk so long, you're so long-winded. It's going to be a short replay for those of you who are watching this on your phones, because you can watch this on your smartphone or your smart tablet. Moon Magic starts tomorrow. We are a mastermind group. If you would like to work with me and work with some other very bright individuals, you can use the code KEEP51 if you'd like to get an astrological reading and a Moon Magic 28 1-month trial. Now, Moon Magic by itself, 1 month is $125. The reading is $175. That's $300. I always offer it for $200. If you put the code in KEEP51, you will be able to save $51. I'm gonna let you keep $51 in your pocket just for coming over here with Coach. I told you I had something. If you stick around to the end, I told you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Honesty to myself and others at all times. #1 virtue, baby. So if you would like to get a astrology reading from Coach and do Moon Magic for 1 month, a lot of people take advantage of this last May. it'll only be 149 bucks. You keep 51, you keep $51. That's why the code is keep 51. All right. So you will go over to moonmagic28.info. Let me share the page so I can show you where it's at. And you're going to come down. It's going to say one Moon Magic 28 and full astrology consultation, both for only $200. You add it to the cart. You go to checkout, enter the coupon. You type in keep 51. It says 200 now. So it says 200. And you click on apply. Save $51. It's $149. Hit checkout. PayPal, credit card, debit card, whatever you want to do. All right. If you would just like to sign up and come in and be a subscriber, it's only $100 a month. And it does not come with the astrological reading, but you will be able to have access for 6 months. That way you'll do the cycle 6 times. That way you'll have the practice. It'll be on routine. It'll be on high rotation for you. All right? That is the most important part. That's why I really cut out and I charge more for people who just want to come in because they're quote unquote hurting. I want you to come in, figure out what your definite purpose is. That's the first thing we do. That's what we cover in the syllabus is you're going to find out one of your goals is going to be to decide what is your definite purpose. If you don't know your definite purpose in life, then how could you come up with a master plan? How could you come up with a mastermind group if you don't know your definite purpose? Moon Magic 28 will give you that. All right? So you could come on in on a regular subscription. If you don't want the reading, you can just come in and try Moon Magic for 1 month, a la carte, for 125 bucks. I don't know why you wouldn't do another $24 and get the reading and get the Moon Magic at the same time. All right? See what it's like. Test the waters out. And find out some things about yourself, your personal destiny, your creative center, your restrictions, how you do relationships, a little bit about how to read your own chart. You know, you're gonna go away with your cup's gonna be full. You're gonna have plenty of homework. Big shouts out to everyone who's already in Moon Magic, who's coming back next month, who's been trooping with me for a few months. Some people have even come and done 2 cycles of 6. Some people I know have been in for like a year and a half doing Moon Magic 28. If one of you are on the phone, if somebody who's been doing Moon Magic 28 would like to come on right now and just share some of your experiences from last month or any other times, please just come off of mute and just, care to share with the people who are listening. Just identify yourself and tell people how long you've been doing Moon Magic and what has been your experience. I'm gonna keep talking, but you can just interrupt if you want to come off mute. Did I hear somebody? All right. My people like to keep their results to themselves because this is a public call. So we have a private call on Mondays, and so tonight we moved it into public because the first call of the month is public. Now, I think I probably will do another call this week because sometimes the private members want their own questions answered. So just be watching your inbox if you are a Moon Magic member for this next coming month. All right. And I got something good for y'all in there for joining me tonight. I really appreciate you. If you want to share this webinar with a friend, if it was helpful for you, please put it on your social media. You also can, at the bottom of the screen somewhere, there should be a social media sign. You can just click on the Facebook and you can share it. You can click on the Twitter and you can share it. I would really, 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 really appreciate that if you are so inclined. Thank you so much. Yes, Stephanie, it is live. Yes, the webinar is live. So CoachKWebinars.info, and just Pass that to someone, share it on your Facebook page, tweet it on Instagram, let people know what kind of experience you had. The Keep 51 code is good up until Friday. The Keep 51 is good up until Friday, all right? You also have until Thursday to join. So we're Thursday night, same thing Friday. So we only have one particular section. You must join during the planning phase of Moon Magic. You can't join on the second phase and then you haven't experienced the first phase. You have to come in at the beginning. So you have today, tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You have 4 days to join Moon Magic. Take advantage of this month. If you do not get in this month, guess what? I'll see you next month. That'll be July, which is fine with me. Those who have made it this month and just balled out during this Mercury retrograde, I'm so proud of y'all. I'm so proud of how each week we kept adding on to what we needed to have to stay together as a unit. Yes, it's been rough. Yes, it's been ratchet, but we made it through. These next couple of days, it's going to be at 4 degrees. So from now to next Monday, I think for those who are following on my astrology, I'd like to go over to Alabe, A-L-A-B-E, look at the weather for where I'm at. So I'm going to type in Atlanta, Georgia, submit. I'm looking for looking for Mercury right now in Gemini. It's at 4 degrees. And you see this symbol here means it's in retrograde. Excuse me. It's going to be stationed at 4 degrees for 1 week, 7 days. All right. So if you have anything at 3, 4, or 5 degrees in your chart, this is going to be affecting it. I'll tell you later. If you've been studying, you already know. But if you look at your chart, your natal chart, and see that you have anything at 4 degrees, Taurus, Aries, Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sag, Scorpio, Libra, Virgo, Leo, Cancer, or Gemini, especially Gemini, or especially any air sign, you're going to be feeling this effect. Uh-oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. It must be about time to go. Mercury is stationing. So people saying, oh, it's over on the 11th. Mercury is not over. I'm sorry, Mercury retrograde is not over until Mercury gets back to 13 degrees, which is up here. So that's 5, that's 10, 13. So until Mercury, this dash gets back over here, which would be June the 27th, we're still in a Mercury retrograde. Okay, the thickest part of it, the planet will not be going backwards any longer, but we will be looking at this at 4 degrees. It's stationing right now. So that means it's backing up and it's going to stop, and then it's going to stay there, then it's going to go forward. All right. If you're more interested about the retrogrades and how they work, you can join us at Keep It Simple Astrology. Keep It Simple Astrology course.com. There's an introduction. If you're a member, you already click here. It'll bring you to the member area. If you are not a member, you click here to join now. We do also have installment plans. The complete course is $349 for 6 weeks, or you can do 3 payments of $135. They will be automatically deducted in 14-day increments. Once you come inside week 1, sure, it's password protected, but I know what the password is. You have a series of videos that are going to be teaching you your week 1 lesson. And then you'll watch the lessons. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback, here's the form. You want to take a picture of something, you put this in here as well. Now, I know you're saying, oh, this looks like it's on YouTube. You can't find them. Don't worry. It doesn't work like that. You can go on YouTube all you want and type that in. you won't be able to find it. All right? Nope. Yes, I love technology. Coach, what swims in the ocean? Give me one answer. If you answer fish, it will get rid of your hiccups. Okay, fish swims in an ocean. Good. I only have one hiccup though, but I'll give you credit. I said what swims in an ocean? Fish. All right. I really appreciate everybody who joined us tonight for this call. Thank you so much, everybody who stayed all the way to the end. Everybody who signed up, everybody who invited someone. I see Monique, Serena, Stephanie is still in the building. Megan is still in the building. Want to give a shout out to everybody who sent in a reply. Big shouts out to Tracy, So Beautiful, Tina, Courtney, Stephanie, and Shantae. Thank you so much for replying. I really do appreciate it. And I look forward to working with you all in the future. Of course, I got more webinars coming. Oh my goodness, do I. Tonight I really feel and had a lot of fun. But man, there's so much more coming. I'm just getting warmed up with this technology. So please stay tuned in to Zoom in, and we're going to keep having fun. We're going to keep having fun no matter what. I'm going to keep on doing everything I can to deliver the hits. And if there's something that you want me to do a course on, or you want to get a webinar or some instruction, let me know. And there's enough people that it's going to help. I'll definitely do that. All right. So I always, Damaris said, this really helped me. I got a resolution to my problem while this was going on. Yay. I appreciate you, D. Thank you. Coach, I need to go, but we'll see you in Moon Magic MM28. Thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate you. Who else do I, well, you know how we end the call? We always end the call in prayer. So we're going to put all of this together and we're going to put the prayer. I love praying for and with people that are a member of my family. And I should have had some water sitting beside me tonight, but it's okay. So if you would just relax, pull up the spine, tuck the chin. If you want to just relax in whatever chair that you're sitting in, and then loosen up your belt buckle, loosen up your pants, nothing tight around you, and just relax. We had a question come in first before the prayer. Olucia said, what is the $100 for in regards to the contact list? That's something free that I'm giving away on the site. It's worth $100 to you. That's on the Coach K site. I can tell somebody now, says, here's that $100. Here's that $100 that I promised you. So I'm letting you have this disc set, Your Wish is Your Command. So if anyone would like to have a free gift from Coach tonight, let me show you. You can go right over to CoachKhayr.com, and then it says, here's that $100. Here's that $100 I promised you. Click the video. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And then read the information, add to cart. It's on me. And do your research on Your Wish is Your Command and about where it comes from. Everyone who was in on this workshop paid $10,000 for this information. All right. So now I'm giving it to you as a gift just because you're rocking with Coach. That's why I say you are now rocking with the best, because I'm rocking with the best. All right. So watch the video, self-explanatory, and put it to use. Don't just download it and then you're not using it. Put it to use. Let me get the link for you, just in case. Make it easy for people. All you have to do is just click on that link is yours for free. That's just me showing my appreciation. I love giving people more value to them than they give me in cash. I learned that from another one of my masterminds, Wallace Waddles. He nasty with it. All right, he wrote The Science of Getting Rich. Okay, now, on with the prayer. This prayer is called the Usnisa Vijaya prayer. I pray it every Monday night after we finish our call for all my Moon Magic members. And tonight is not going to be an exception. Whether you're a Moon Magic member or not, you came in tonight and joined our mastermind group for this webinar, and I really, really appreciate it. And I want to say this prayer of greater miracles over you, over your family, over all that are listening, whether it's live or whether you catch it on a replay. So please relax. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. Big exhale out the mouth. Big inhale through the nose, filling up the abdomen. Then slowly exhale out the mouth and let the stomach slowly go back towards the spine. One more big inhale through the nose. And a big exhale out the mouth. Just relax. If you don't know the words, that's okay. Just tune in to the vibration and visualize 1,000 helpers, 1,000 Buddhas assisting you in your desires. Whether it's control of your mind, whether it's relationships or prosperity, pleasure, more possibilities. Visualize you having all the assistance that you need. And just relax. Namo Bhagavate, Tralokiya Pradavishistaya Budaya, Bhagavate, Tarayata Om. Visadeo, Visadeo, Sama Sama, Samotavabasa, Spirana Gatikahana, Sabahava Sudi Abasankatu Mam, Sagati Vervakana, Amirta Abasakai, Mahamantra Padai, Haru, Haru, Ayusam Durani, Sadahaya, Gagana Vasudi, Usnisa Vijaya Vasudi, Sahasa Ramza, Samkodite, Salvatati Gati Avalokani, Sakparamita Paraparani, Salvatati Gati Matada Saboma Pradastite, Salvatati Gati Hridaya, Anastita Namastite, Mahamudra. Vajrakaya, Samatana Vasudi, Sarvarana, Apaya, the Gati Para Vasudi. Patanivataya, Ayusudi, Sumaya, Amastite. Mani, Mani, Mahamani, Tatota Bhuta Kota Parasudi. Visputa, Buddhisudi. Jaya, Jaya, Vajaya, Vajaya. Smara, Smara, Sarva Buddha. Amastite Sudi. Vajra, Vajra, Garba, Vajram, Bhavata, Mama Siriam. Sarva Satvanam, Kakaya Para Vasudi. Sarva Gati Parasudi. Sarva Tata Gati Sinkame, Samavasa Yantra. Sarvatati Gati Samavasana Amastite. Budaya, Budaya, Vibodaya, Vibodaya. Bodaya, Bodaya, Vibodaya, Vibodaya. Samanta Parasudi. Sarvatati Gati Hridaya. Amastite Namastite. Mahamudra. Swaha. That is a prayer of greater miracles, the Usnisa Vijaya prayer. I appreciate you all for tuning in. If you'd like for me to send you a copy of the prayer in printed form and show you where you can download it at or where you can listen to it at on YouTube, just shoot me an email at hello@coachkhayr.com. All right. Peace and love, family. I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a good evening. Enjoy. And I look forward to working to you. Peace.